Scott and Ivor, it's time for another episode of Evil Versions.
Oh, I think I got one, Jake.
Okay, who's going to be evil this week?
Okay, well, I have the idea for an evil character.
Okay, yeah, that's the premise.
They're in charge of everything. They oversee all the business.
Okay.
And they are so greedy and they have all this money and they're not sharing it with anybody.
Oh, this is a real evil character.
And they tell the fans who they're gonna like to watch, not who they actually like to watch.
Wow, that is diabolical.
And they have sex with anyone they want to.
Oh, geez, all right. This is taking a real dark turn. Who is this new evil version of?
Oh, no, I was just trying to figure out a way to get Vince McMahon back on TV.
Oh.
Evil Versions 2, today on Pro Wrestling Palskis.
Hey, Scott and Ivor.
Hey, Jake Lloyd Bacon.
And hello to everybody joining us, listening on the main pod feed. All the Palskis out there, but a very special hello to those joining us live for the super exclusive live stream. If you want to join us live for these and chat with us in real time while the recordings happen, well, you got to become a patron over at patreon.com/pwpalskis. Every single patron gets access to the live stream, regardless of what level you are. We don't.
Every single one?
We don't discriminate.
I love to discriminate. I grew up on wrestling.
That's also not true.
That's all I do.
Also, we do discriminate because all of the other tiers do also have very specific things that you have to unlock. So we discriminate quite a bit.
USA.
Which is our unabridged, unbridled patriotism tier. It's like, was that like $80? $80 a month, and you get
no. It's $17.76.
Oh, I like what you did there. Listen, this ain't an America episode. This isn't a
what? I'm out of here.
Stupid 4th of July episode. This is it's Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Oh, I hope everyone's dressing up as Uncle Sam. And that Rivets gal, that's American.
That Rivets gal.
Rosie, the Rosie's full of
Rosie
rivets.
Rivets. Her last name is Rivets. Her first name was
Ruby Rivets
Rosalina
of AEW.
Well, no, she used to be Rosie Rivets in WWE, and then she became Ruby Ribs.
Soho Sledgehammer.
Soho, in honor of Halloween, we're going to do another episode of Evil Versions, which we did an Evil Versions episode like 17 years ago.
Man, people have been emailing about that to come back, as well as footy pajamas in the Dragon Wagon shop.
Last time we did this, we just pretty much we picked some characters that we thought could use some eviling, some dark turns.
An evil overhaul.
Yeah. And obviously I know that evil is subjective. Also, in wrestling, evil could just mean bad, like a bad guy. So we're not necessarily a heel turn. In fact, I think some of the best.
We're talking evil. We're saying more than just a bad person. We want them to be evil,
dark and horrific.
Yeah,
horror inspired. It's about the dark, the cryptic, the morbid.
Pigtails.
They're fucking terrifying.
Dyeing hair black.
Makeup. It's terrifying. That is something that every like scary wrestler character always has like a ton of makeup on, but there's nothing scary about like someone like sitting in the mirror, just like drawing on makeup to themselves really slowly. Like you
every
sat
time
there
I see Sting do that, I'm like, that's terrifying.
You nerd.
You so many pimples.
The pot marks. Is it pot marks? Pock marks? Pop? What's that word?
Pop-Tarts.
Pop-Tarts. Thank you so much. Pop-Tarts. So I feel like there are already some actively spooky people out there doing some wrestling stuff.
There are, and we call them sex offenders.
What? Why would you do that?
Actively spooky people out there.
Yes.
I'm sorry. You're pro sex offender. Okay.
I'm
fine. They pay their debt to society.
I'm talking about the likes of the Abaddons of the world, the House of Black. I feel like kind of fit this motif.
Isn't it upsetting that Abaddon is not hanging out with the House of Black? Like, not even as a just like carpooling or anything.
So you had the weekly Evil Bridge Club, the bridge game.
Yeah, like she seemingly has no friends. Like, how is she even getting around? Everyone has a fucking manager in a group in AEW, and Abaddon's got nobody, and she's making it from town to town.
I mean,
I don't buy it.
She travels through the depths of the underworld. She has portals to the like Oddworld, and then she just pops up wherever she needs to be.
I feel like she would have been a great roadie for Fozzy, and then also just
Jarrett?
In the Jericho Appreciation Society. That she doesn't ever voice it, but she's like nodding along and like bangs her head to the song when he comes out to Judas.
All right,
but she doesn't know the words.
No, it's too light for her. She likes her music heavier.
Yeah.
There's too much singing.
Abaddon, not dark enough.
Is anybody? I mean, I know, like, again, it's been very recently since we lost Bray, and not that long ago we had like the whole Uncle Howdy story happening. But is there any sort of dark, creepy characters in WWE at the moment? I feel like WWE is sort of missing their like horror characters.
I mean, if Paul Heyman owes you money.
Is he a horror show when he owes you money?
Yeah, because you're never gonna get it.
So, but that's a very
Karrion Kross.
Karrion Kross, yeah, okay, that's true. Him and Scarlett Bordeaux are definitely fit this mold.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who else off the top of my head of the.
I mean, Judgment
WWE
Day
employs, I think, 6 people.
Judgment Day is like adjacent.
Yeah, Finn Balor loves the Pope's Exorcist. It was okay.
What do you think? What's his name? Who's in that movie? Who's in Gladiator?
Russell Crowe.
Thank you. What do you think Russell Crowe thought of that match that his voice introduced? You think he watched it?
For a dude who's had issues with getting in fights with people in the past, I bet he thought it was pretty weak once Finn got busted open the head. He's like, yeah, punch him more. What the fuck is going on? Why are you stopping it?
You've exposed a weak spot.
Yeah. He was pissed.
Dexter Lumis kind of fits this for sure.
Sure.
The whole horror or psycho killer kind of vibe.
Wade Barrett's nose.
Oh, that's not nice to say.
That's a horror show.
I think it's fantastic.
All right, then do it. Make it. Make yours that.
I think I mean, it's not far off. I think that what are their names? Alba Fry or something like that. And that other the redhead that like came up from NXT UK, who were like they're like witchy, but they seem like they seem like they're not committed to the witchiness. They're only like an eighth evil.
Alba Fry?
Alba Fire, Fyre.
Okay.
I feel like she used to be her, and then there's this other redhead whose name is escaping me. Also, they changed their names.
Sheamus.
You know what? That's my first pick.
Asuka's got a bit of that now with the torn face makeup.
Asuka doing with the irony that
a bit.
The first time that we did this, my big pitch was Akira Tozawa being evil and creepy with body paint, and then wearing an Oni mask, which now Asuka wears. Her mask is like that design of that like demon, that Japanese demon.
For Oni Lorcan, may he never be forgotten.
Oh, I'll tell you what. I regretted not bringing him up when we did our What's the Name episode a couple weeks ago, because not for nothing, but there's not going to be another Oni. We talked about how important it is to be unique.
There's unique, and then there's also when you have to say it 3 times when checking into a hotel, and they go,
"What?
I'm sorry, can you write it down?"
In fairness, he would have been a really easy evil character transition, because you could have turned Lorcan into Lycan and made him a werewolf. Orny Lycan.
Still.
Now it just sounds like,
sorry.
Now it sounds like he's like, what is he liking? He's liking everything. He walks around like, I like it. Orny Lycan over here.
It's like, oh, we have a We have a special needs person, Oni like it. He likes a lot of things. He keeps saying the things that he likes. Oni like a hotel room. Like, okay, that's nice. Do you have a reservation, Oni?
All right. Well, let's get on with it. Who in the current rosters of any promotion do you feel like could use a little bit more evil? Who could use a darker turn in the spirit of Halloween?
And yeah, we're going full evil, not just a heel turn. We're talking like a rehaul and and
some creepiness,
dark depths. Okay. This may sound like a joke. That one's coming later. I'm serious about this. I think Wheeler Yuta.
Oh, okay.
I had watched a video of when Wheeler Yuta's Blood and Guts figure came out, and he was promoting it, and it was him being earnest and sincere. And it wasn't this performative version of Wheeler that we've seen where it's like, I'm a badass guy. I'm part of the Blackpool Combat Club.
Right.
And I saw that and I was like, yeah, okay, this is why I'm not like into Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah. You don't buy it.
I'm not against him.
No, but you just don't buy it.
I don't buy it.
Right.
And when I saw him be sincere, I'm like, there he is. Okay. That's him. I like that. Now, we've had him be tough guy and like, I'm getting beat up by everybody all the time and I'm getting back up and I'm kind of not selling and I am selling, but I've got the fighting spirit of 1,000 fucking great mudas and I'm
right, sure,
firing up like, yeah. Now let's try and have you play with a different tone.
Right.
Like, now let's have you go dark and bring it down. Bring it down, be demonic, be evil. Maybe that's your wheelhouse. Maybe that's
your Wheeler house.
Yeah, your Wheeler house. Because plucky, happy-go-lucky, sincere guy is not going to play to everybody. That's just not going to
And you
work.
know what? I do think there's something about his look. Like he's a pretty boy. And I do think that like he's so attractive that the like, I'm a tough guy, I'm going to fight you. It doesn't sell. Because you just kind of want to like give him a head, and give him a head. Oh, that's not what I meant to say. Give him a pat on the head.
Whoa, revealing you. We've been looking for TikTok clips for a while now.
Wheeler slide into
and we've
my
got him.
DMs.
Whoa, glasses going.
Give him a pat on the head.
Yeah, or he gives you a pat on the head.
Listen, we could
letting you know like it's coming.
Whichever way it works. Again, he's an attractive man. But
hey, you could go at the same time.
But I think like. There's something about him being able to turn on like a more earnest evil. I think you think I'm doing a bit. I'm not doing a bit anymore. Based on your face.
I want to know how you want to, what you want to do sexually to him next.
I just snuggle really. I'm no
Wheeler, you and I.
I'm depressed. I could just use the snuggle at this point. Anyways, yes. The point I was attempting to make was that like. It's harder to sell him as like a super tough guy because he's so pretty, but creepy and pretty often go hand in hand.
He's pretty and he doesn't carry that like he doesn't look torn up, like war torn like a Sabu.
No, don't they sell
or a Terry Funk?
They also sell a toy of him like covered in blood, and you're like,
yeah, that's the Blood and Guts.
Oh yeah. You're like, yeah. That's not. It's like sure, whatever.
He's got this long face. The beard works for him. He's got these dark, shallow eyes. Like if you look at his roster pick on AEW's website, he's got these dark, chiseled, long features and shadowy. Right. Like it's already built in. He's got that dark hair. It's very thick. There's a look to him that if he taps into that with the not over the topness of the I'm super tough, but you still got to have some semblance of that when you're out in the ring and in front of all the people to connect. But he's got these fucking dark tones to him. I'm not saying you got to tat him up and all that, but maybe just start changing the look, start changing up the speed. And they don't give him the mic often as it is anyway. So I don't think you're losing out on anything there. And it doesn't have to be the taker like I'm going to eat your soul and I'm going to, ride the dragon of the demons all the way down.
Right, sure.
But if he's just, in wrestling, sometimes you can get away with it in the biker style.
Right. Yep.
And that gives you that sense of like, yeah, he's dark, but he also might slaughter a goat.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
Yeah. There's a level of that, like, there's like biker, and then there's a slash between sort of like a backwoods biker, where it's just like a crazy, like you like to say, Vince thinks all Southerners are evil, dumb cowboys,
Hillbillies.
hillbillies. And there's a little bit of like, yeah, play that character.
Like Wheeler Yuta, if you tap into there's like a combo here. I'm thinking of that movie. Was it The First Power? Lou Diamond Phillips.
I don't know.
I'm talking about it all.
No idea.
Like satanic, dark, like Damien kind of feel.
Sure.
Right. And then you mix that with, help me out in the D&D realm.
Okay.
Like, is it because they don't deal with Satan, right? They deal with like dark
sure,
gods.
Yeah, sure.
But that's a paladin, or what would it be?
A paladin is essentially like just like a warrior who uses like faith. But I mean, it could be, you could be describing like a warlock. You could be describing, even just like a necromancer. Someone who uses like dark magic. There's a lot of that. I get what you're saying though. Like somebody who dabbles in the dark arts.
Yeah, that's like his personal realm of like he deals with, he's into that stuff.
Right.
And it's not overtly his character, but like you maybe see it on the trunks,
Right.
like you see tarot cards, you see
Scarlet Bordeaux was trying to kind of ride that line, but she's just a little bit too over the top that it comes off as kind of corny. But like the realm that she was taking up on TV a year or so ago.
You start to show elements of like he's into this stuff, or what do those symbols mean? And Excalibur, right. Like, I could tell you, someone tell me what it means, and then I'll tell you.
Right.
But just started to put it on the clothing and who he is, and just change the persona of him. And this is a way to move away from the Blackpool Combat Club, that they have their run of their stuff, and then Wheeler's the guy who turns on them.
Right.
Wheeler's the guy who
I like that
is moving away from them because. Yeah, they fought and they did everything, but Regal's gone. There were no title opportunities. Nothing else happened. It was about Moxley. Right. It was about him having this group, and Danielson came and won as he won, and then Claudio beat me up, and everybody was fine with it. Like, I don't need any of you. Like, I've tapped into something else. I've tapped into something further deeper and darker into myself than what Moxley ever preached. You just drink blood. You drink blood, and you think it's cool. I drink blood and I get something from it. Or like I drink blood and it strengthens me. Sure. Something weirder where even Moxley can be like,
that's fucking weird, dude. Yeah. Why are you being weird, bro? Like, that's the thing about Moxley. At the end of the day, Moxley does seem like just a bro. There's something very bro-y about him.
Yeah. Like, just drink beer, man. Like, why are you putting blood in it?
Like, here's the thing. For as cool as he is, like, you know that, like, that he uses words that you're not supposed to use in today's culture anymore. Like, he uses some words where you go like, oh, don't say that. Like, we don't call it that anymore. He's that guy.
Yeah.
I like this though, and I wouldn't have picked him. He wouldn't have been on my list, but I do like it. Wheeler Yuta is a good one. What would he keep his name?
I don't want to dislike him. Yeah. There's stuff about him that is enjoyable, and when I see him, it's like that's a template.
Right. Would you?
There's a template.
Would you keep his name?
I'd certainly talk with him about it and be like, we got to workshop something. Like, I think it just doesn't. To me, it doesn't mean anything.
No.
I think Yuta's interesting. We talked about this on the name episode. I think Yuta is interesting, and I think Wheeler is just kind of hollow. But I think with
something cryptic.
This is the actor exercise, right? Like, go find something that means something that we don't know about, like how Finn Balor had described his name, and that it has all these Celtic and bullshit meanings. Like, find something that connects to you and connects to what it is you're going to be doing.
Some word some word or name that sort of inspires that sort of feeling, and just replace Wheeler. Keep the Yuta part, because Yuta also kind of. Just Yuta on its own has like Yuta is coming. Like, it sounds like that could be a horror movie, Yuta. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, the Yuta is here. What? It sounds like a creepy monster.
Yeah, I Yuta'd in my shorts. Oh.
Oh, man. I told you to go before we left the house.
But you also tell him like, don't come back with one name.
Right.
Come back with like a list
Yeah.
of 7.
He's gonna be like,
'Cause
how about
I don't trust him to be like
Alistair? They're gonna be like, no, goddammit. Yeah.
Moxley.
Yeah.
Like,
I like it though.
Come on.
I like it though. I wouldn't have.
You were in the
I wouldn't have
car.
picked him, but I dig it. All right, I got one. We'll go from a AEW new face ish to a WWE new face ish. This one's tough because I think that he's a guy who everybody just is gonna love no matter what he does. He's got $1 million smile, like really great smile, but when he puts on angry face, he has something in his eyes that I go, that could be fucking terrifying. I'm going to go Odyssey Jones.
I vaguely remember this guy.
Oh, okay. So you're not super familiar.
He was involved in the wedding of Dexter Lumis, right? Like,
yeah, a little bit. Yeah, he was
I
like
think
friends
that's when I
with them,
started
yeah.
to see him, and then I just haven't ever.
He's got charisma for days. He's a great big guy. He knows how to wrestle like a big guy, but in a modern way where he moves quicker than the big guys of yesterday, but he doesn't move he doesn't do things that he's not supposed to do for the sake of pro wrestling, you know? But he has got such an intensity in his eyes. And I think if you're going to bring him up in WWE, I think he was drafted to Raw, and I think like he's just going to be a baby face, like super happy, bright colors. You know, he wears like Mark Henry's old tights, and he's like, you know, he's like playing up the
Strong man. Yeah, I'm seeing that.
Hey, I like wrestling.
Here,
yeah, he's like, I like wrestling, and I'm here, and we're all having a good time, and I'm a big scary wrestler, but the kids like me, and look at my smile. The dude has $1 million smile. I'm gonna give him that.
Yeah, he's got beautiful white chompers.
Yeah, but find one of the pictures of him where he's just looking intense, like where he's just like, find one of his mugging shots, because he's got a mug when he wants to.
Smile.
I feel like you give him. Really? Let's see. If
like the main one. When you
well, when I just search for him,
you click
like
on his
the
profile,
main picture.
There's a big one. It's what you're talking about. He's mean mugging. He's wearing the Mark Henry look.
Yeah, but he's got those eyes. This mug right here. Yeah, this guy. That mug.
Yeah, that's the photo.
I think that you put him. I like his hair the way it is.
Like
actually,
he's walking up to you. You're eating an egg salad sandwich on a plane, and you didn't realize that everyone else thinks your sandwich stinks, and he's there to represent and tell you like, I don't like the way your sandwich smells. You're like, Jesus Christ, there's nowhere for me to go.
Right, of course. I think, I wouldn't just rip off Bray Wyatt, but that's the kind of character that I see here. That kind of backwards. Now, obviously, I think Odyssey Jones, I think he's like a New Yorker, so I don't know that he has a thick accent, but give him a slight twang to him. Give an affectation to his voice, or don't have him speak ever. Just have him be a scary person who just appears. But I love the hair. I love the way he has like his dreads kind of up a little bit, but then the two that are down. I could see him in that sort of like Cape Fear-y kind of like, he always looks a little dirty. He kind of like give him, maybe not the Bray Wyatt, you give him the Luke Harper.
You give him another region of evil,
100%, sure.
Of trying to think what you're in New York? Like what's evil there? What's
all the MAGA people. That's all that's
MAGA Jones. At least you get away from another black OJ character in WWE.
People, I mean, yes, sure. But I mean, here's the thing is like people think New York is just all this. It's New York City it is New York City, but the rest of it's just country and MAGA people. That's all New York is. I don't know what the scary New York, I mean, like Appalachian. I feel like the things that are like horror folklore inspired in New York are all connected to like Native Americans and indigenous people.
Okay.
Not that he can't tap into that, but like that's kind of where like the folklore is all here. Like you've stuff obviously like the Jersey Devil and like those sorts of stories, but like something tied to demons and deals made with the devil. That's always fun. That's easy. But yeah, I don't know what the exact brand is, but I can definitely see him draped, darkly lit in the the blacks and the purples. The other thing too is like, he walks around right now as an homage to Mark Henry in a lot of times, but I'd love to see like a less racist Papa Shango with him. Less on the nose, more authentic. Maybe that's what it is.
So you're talking like
maybe he's
Princess and the Frog
maybe he's,
type of that more modern look of
exactly.
the suit and.
Yep. He can be the bubbly baby face for now. And then eventually he's going to need to actually do something that's going to be unique and not just be another, member of the New Day or member of, Rey Mysterio or one of those characters who's like a non-character. And this is what you do to him. You turn him evil because he's scary. He's got super intense. And not to mention, if he is that character, if he does have that sort of like you said, that sort of Princess and the Frog suit style, then he can use that smile of his, but it'll be super menacing.
Yeah.
Instead of just being like, oh, look at this cute. Because like you're going to see that smile and you're like, oh, shit.
Grin into like the big teeth,
like that, like the Cheshire Cat smile from Alice in Wonderland. Yeah. And I think you just ditch the Jones. You just name him Odyssey.
Yeah, Odyssey works. Odyssey is a one name thing, and you go Odyssey. Well, who's that? That guy. Got it. That's Odyssey.
I want to throw to the chat here for one. Mike Lucas says Cameron Grimes would be cool with an evil twist, something like Waylon Mercy. And if I'm not mistaken, Mike, that's kind of how he started in NXT. He was sort of a creepy Southern top hat weirdo. And then he kind of turned into this like guy who cares about money. And it was sort of this very strange, abrupt twist. But I think he kind of started with a Waylon Mercy vibe. I do like that.
He was what he was in Impact Wrestling before that.
Okay. I didn't know what that was.
Just like happy Southern guy, vest, big beard, hat, and just like,
So he returned to that.
Well, he didn't change. They brought in what was working and then went, hey, $1 Million Man's here. Give him money.
Right.
So now he's got something to be happy about. Now he's got something to be grinning in a big shitheel for.
Right. But I do like that, though. I mean, Cameron, I think that dude is a great performer and a really good actor, and he could do anything you hand him, even if it's bad. He'll do it well. He'll perform it. He'll commit 110%. So yeah, give Cameron that.
Give Cameron a chance.
She doesn't know which way you pin somebody.
All right,
you got another person who you'd like to turn dark?
I do. And I know everybody's going to think this is a joke, and it kind of is, but I'm also kind of serious. This is how wrestling works, where you go like, look, I have some that I want to do that I think is kind of funny, and I may tarnish someone's career forever, but it might get over. Be the best thing ever. Who knows?
It might get over. You never know.
Okay, so we've been celebrating this past week. At the time of this recording, last night, I went and at Fathom Events at the movie theaters, they showed Back to the Future.
Oh, that's fun. I saw that on the big screen once. That's a good time.
And it made me go like, oh yeah, hey, there's a really huge Back to the Future fan out there. Kushida loves Back to the Future. Loves Marty McFly. He has some serious psychological problem with his mother, I'm sure, but we can move past that. That's his thing. That's his personal life.
He's always in a rush because he's constantly out of time.
But you know what? I think that's played out. I think we've seen him be that guy for long enough, like being Marty McFly, always forever being the guy that like gets to that intercontinental level in New Japan and WWE. It just never rises above it. Never a main event guy. Well, it's not working for you as a babyface, bud. You got to get evil. So he's not going to be an evil version of Marty. He's going to go to the side of Biff.
He's going to become Biff. Is he going to be...
But he's going to be a Biff that has never existed. So he's going to bring something to the Marty McFly Biff Back to the Future universe. He's going to be the Biff that never existed. He's going to be Goth Biff. We've had Mad Dog Tannen out in the West. We've had Biff's son. That's the biker skateboarding floating hoverboard with the metal and big
punk
pads.
Yeah,
all that, like
cyberpunk.
We've seen the 50s Biff with the muscle car.
Yeah, and we had Trump Biff.
And now it's like Goth Biff, who's a bully, but he's dark.
All right.
He doesn't want the other guys. Like, he has the other guys there, but they don't understand him. Nobody understands me. And they're like, yeah, no one understands him.
What makes him so goth, though?
Black hair pulled down over his eyes.
All right. So that's more emo than goth.
Well, can't goth have that as well? Or is goth hair only standing up?
No, goth. I mean, it's all sorts of stuff, but all right, I'll take it. You don't want to give him like a misfit spike?
Sure, but that's got to go over at least one eye.
Sure, that's fair. Eventually, especially during a headlock, this is it's gonna come undone immediately.
Yeah. He smokes cigarettes.
Oh no!
Yeah, the thing that no one can do anymore at all in any entertainment avenue, because it doesn't exist anywhere in the world for some reason. He smokes cigarettes.
Does he have a favorite band? Or is the world that he, like, does he really get into?
He listens to a super slowed down Huey Lewis in the News. So it doesn't sound
like minor,
fun and peppy. It's really sad and depressing.
Like it's like The Cure, but they do Huey Lewis songs, but only in minor keys.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's like the power of love.
Yeah, it's like there is no power in love.
Mediocre. No, not at all. That's what the song's about. It's ironic.
Yeah.
I'm for this. Where is he even right now? Is he in a wrestling company?
Yeah, he's I believe he's in Impact
TNA?
Wrestling right now.
I think you mean TNA.
No, I mean that in January.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's my go-to. I don't want to just see him be a cosplay guy who goes like, yeah, I love this thing and I didn't add to it. I just took from it. It's like, no, now you add to it. Put your stamp on it.
No, I dig it. Tim Redbeard in the chat says, I want to turn someone on commentary dark. And I said, you mean muting Excalibur? I don't know if that's what he meant. Who would you, what, I mean, we'll throw this in the chat too, but like turning a commentator dark, just like all of a sudden Booker T just gets real evil on commentary, starts talking about, murdering people.
Yeah, I mean, I would be bummed if I had to commentate NXT as well. So I guess I could see him snapping.
Just the names alone.
Which commentator do you turn dark? I think you got to do it somewhere where you need something overall with the product, right? Like, we got over on Impact. I got to look up his name on Impact because I never remember it. Not that I'm currently remembering his name in WWE as well, but is a fucking everybody's mad at me right now. No, never him.
Don Callis.
You don't work there. Matthew Rewalt. I've never heard the last name pronounced. He was Aiden English.
Oh, yes, of course.
The Drama King. That guy could do it.
He was already a vaudevillain. That's like one step away from being evil.
Yeah, so I feel like you do that with him because then you've got your color commentator with a lot of character eccentricities, gives him more to say on characters he's probably already spoken at length about from a new point of view.
Okay, I like it.
Who's your commentator, Dark Turn?
I mean, it's got to be Vic Joseph, doesn't it?
How?
Because he already sounds like he's just a droid built by WWE.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just have him start glitching every now and then.
Does that not already happen?
It's a good possibility. But you just have him glitch. And, eventually it starts becoming apparent that he's here to, take over. He's like a Doctor Who villain who's just like an alien in like a robotic suit that he wears. And he is here to assimilate all commentary.
He's a Borg?
He's like a Borg. Yes, he's like a Borg.
So does that make Michael Cole the Borg Queen?
Yes, absolutely. Sure. I was going more Vince McMahon behind it all, but sure, let's go Michael Cole, since he seems to be patient zero.
Jim Ross is Picard, aka Locutus, because they tried to assimilate him.
Right,
he didn't do it.
No, but they did a little bit though. Like for a little, he was a little assimilated.
Yeah, that's why he's Locutus.
Yeah, Locutus. Yes. He's got to be the one who goes evil. Plus, he doesn't have to change anything. He's just as creepy in the suit, but just very like stiff and almost like a ventriloquist dummy.
I don't believe he does this anyway, but you just have to make sure. You have to go, okay, do what you already do, Vic Joseph, and never blink again on camera.
Just like recently retired Michael Caine.
Yep, that's right. Vic Joseph and Michael Caine.
Very similar.
One and the same. Is Michael Caine a non-blinker?
Yeah, he's sort of infamously a non-blinker. He's very intense.
I've watched Jaws the Revenge a few times. I think he blinks.
I think you blinked.
Yeah.
You're trying to make the movie end quicker by seeing less of it.
No, extend it further, I say.
That's your favorite one?
It's a good one.
All right. Who do I go to next? I mean, Scripps is right there. That almost seems too obvious.
Can't change the ultimate babyface into an evil character.
Nobody would buy it.
Isn't he not Scripps anymore? Didn't they already shit on that?
They did, but according to the WWE's roster on their website, they still have a picture of Scripps there. They also have Vacant as a character as well. All right. You know who I think I could potentially benefit from a dark turn? And in fairness, they're doing fine as it is, but I just like my evil to come, like you said, like coming from different regions of where the mythos is and having history. I think like Santo Escobar.
Okay.
We get into like sort
he's
of
in the
like,
LWO, right?
Yeah, who isn't everybody?
He's not doing fine.
Well, but he's in. I mean, I feel like, and in fairness, I haven't watched WWE since the whole debacle of my relocation started, and so the last time I saw him, he was in a title match at some form or another, a mid card title.
There's fucking 58 titles there.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay. Well, he was in the one of this 58 titles matches.
What title was he fighting for that you saw? Then you're like, I have to move, Santos. I'm sorry.
I think he was in a multi-man match for one of the mid cards, Intercontinental, USA, North American television title
against Gunther.
I don't know. That's Intercontinental.
Yeah, you said Intercontinental.
Wouldn't have been him then.
I'm eliminating here.
Yeah, it wouldn't have been him.
Yeah. So if it wasn't against Gunther, it didn't mean shit.
So then, great. He needs it more than I think he does. Yeah, I think he could use a little Halloween makeup. He could use a little makeover. He started with the whole mask. He's the nephew of a legendary luchador. There is lots of like horror
Carlito Escobar.
No, that we're thinking. Oh gosh, Vince McMahon. Not every brown person is from the same place.
Pretty sure,
Vince.
God
damn it, Vince.
They're all lunchbox doors.
What are the odds that when Escobar came in, they were like, "We're gonna call you Santos Colon," just like add him to that family. Santa cologne.
Have you
It's
seen
like, I'm not-
Carlito's picture on WWE's site, www.com/superstars? It
No.
looks like a catcher's mitt that you found under the couch covered in dust bunnies.
Let me go find it. I must have scrolled past it. I didn't even see him there. Oh my God, that's rough.
Yeah, and that. Yeah, they airbrush the shit out of that. Try to make it better.
Oh my God, do you want to know you know who he's aging into?
Walter Matthau?
No. Legendary comedian. George Lopez. He looks like George Lopez. Cover his afro up.
Blue Beetle's own?
Yeah. Look at him. That's George Lopez. Also a little bit of John C. Reilly for some reason I'm getting now when I've done that.
Yeah, it's like they put a piece of glass on his face and just started slowly smearing it.
Listen.
And then they go, great.
Time is a bitch.
There we go.
And aging sucks. Anyways, yeah. Let him turn on the LWO, Santos Escobar. Turn his ass evil. He has like a sort of intense look. I like him with the long hair. He has like a I don't know what it's like, not like Sabu, but he kind of has that sort of like very intense, his sharp features. With Leo
like
Kruger
a Wheeler Yuta?
Like a Wheeler. No, Wheeler Yuta's like a soft, beautiful baby.
How dare you?
Yeah, I think that I think Escobar could do really well. Get him out of the like, his whole identity is Mexico, which I guess when you're in the LWO, that's kind of part of it too. But you can lean into
That's why I haven't
sort of
been accepted yet. My resume is in, but I don't know what the hell's going on.
I mean, Texas, Mexico is pretty much the same thing, right?
I had tacos like 3 days ago. I called in to let him know. I'm like, hey, just an update, FYI. I had tacos, 2 of them, both chicken.
The woke mind virus strikes again.
Well, how are you making him evil? Like, what's the evil attitude of it all?
I like the idea of some like ancient, like Mesopotamian spirit or something like that. It kind of takes a hold of him and starts toying with him.
He's
I like
possessed.
Yes, exactly, like a possession. Like he feels something inside of him, and he's like he can sense it, but he can't control it. When it happens, it just sort of happens. It's literally like it's like what I'm just realizing. I think it's like what Matt Hardy tried to do with Broken Matt Hardy, where wasn't he like a vessel for some being? This is like some Scientology shit.
Yeah, the deities.
Yeah. But in this instance, it's more
to
linear.
be fair, Matt Hardy paid up to that level, so he was.
Yeah, he was like I think that's like 4, like on the bridge. Yeah. God, so many thetans. But yeah, I like the idea of like a sort of a possession thing, but he embraces it. There's a little bit of that, like he knows it's there with him, and maybe he starts using words like we to describe just him, like Venom, the way like Brock and Venom do in the comics, where he starts talking about himself as 2 entities together.
Okay, so it's not a thing that's gonna like make some wrestling fans upset where it's like, oh no, he's messing with his pronouns.
No.
It's
Because
like, no, he's possessed by a demon.
it's not like people are calling him they. They're just saying like, oh yeah, Escobar. I will say the name is tough. The name still, to me, I feel like this is just a symptom of unfortunate, constant racial stereotyping in American media. Because when I hear his name, I go like, oh yeah, he's a Colombian drug lord. Like that's what that name sounds like to me because of every movie and TV show I've ever watched.
That's why we don't have guests anymore. Because anytime we brought anyone in the studio, you're like, oh, you're a Colombian drug lord. And I was like, oh,
it's like
that's Ryan Nemeth. How do you even extrapolate that?
But so we have to change his name to something. I don't know what his name should be though. But it should be something sort of, kind of demon-y and mythical.
George Lopez.
Yes. Lobo. No, DC will be like, you can't do that. You can't just have a Lobo.
Well, he was previously called El Fantasma.
Phantasmo. Yeah. But the problem, there's something about that.
El Hijo del Fantasma. That was his full name.
That was the nephew of Phantasmo. Isn't that the nephew or the son, Elio? the son of
El Fantasma is his father.
Yes. Oh, so he's the son of Phantasmo. That's what it was.
He was King Cuerno in Lucha Underground.
Oh, what was his name in Lucha?
King Cuerno.
King Cuerno.
But
I like.
He didn't win King of the Ring, so.
Oh yeah, WWE won't let. But I do like that King though. Is there a specific Spanish?
You don't like the
King?
Cuerno?
I do, but Cuerno. It doesn't have that same sort of
Crown Jewel Cuerno.
Oh shit! It just writes itself.
He's got to be booked on that show. Then you can't not book him.
Yeah, you're not wrong there. And I wouldn't change his attire other than like his color scheme, like you said. Maybe throw some more of like the symbols because he already kind of has a lot of that, like that ancient symbolatry in his getup and his gear. But just change the color palette, keep him in the pants. Maybe just change his entrance attire. You know, throw him in some sort of like ancient garb that has a little bit of like a dark nature to it. At the end of the day, everything is just
like leaves.
Ooh, black
so
leaves.
He rustles around a lot when he's walking, and he's got the itches.
Yes, it's like, God damn it! What's the name of the woman that does all the wardrobes? I forget her name. The woman who sews all the stuff. Linda
McMahon.
Linda McMahon. God damn it, Linda! Why'd you use poisoned oak for my leaves? Also, you can just have him like speaking Spanish very aggressively, and it's like, yeah, he doesn't need to cut English promos, which I feel like was.
I like it's like we need him to speak Spanish. That's not going to work. Very aggressively, we've got a star on our hands.
Listen, yeah, he could just be some like I said, ancient like Mesopotamian, like Aztec-y kind of demon spirit that like speaks from within the earth. And
with a Cabal mask from Mortal Kombat.
Yes. Is Cabal the one that's like a robot though? Is that Cabal? Which one is Cabal?
He's not a robot. Look up Cabal. You have like 19 devices in front of your face.
Okay, yeah, that's
K-A-B-A.
Oh yeah. No. I was thinking of one of the guys that are all different colors.
Sector? You're thinking of Sector?
Listen, I actually don't dislike it. I like it. I like a little bit.
He's got to wrestle in it. And he's got to be on episodes of Ride Along.
Oh, with his luck,
Table for Three with it on. He's got to eat with that thing.
With his luck, he's gonna have the same issue that Albert did in his debut. I'm sorry, not Albert. Lord Tensai did when he came in and he hit the back of his little hat on the ropes, and it was like, oh shit, and he had to put his helmet back on.
It's a treacherous business.
I don't know. I think it's par for the course for that character. I also think that there's a little bit of that was kind of mined in Lucha Underground. Thank you, dear. You're
welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're so sweet to me, Scott.
Well, there you have it. We've made them. We've made careers. We've darkened the wrestling landscape.
It's
with clouds of evil.
It's more evil than it used to be.
Yeah, we did it. I want to hear others call the Palski hotline with your evil pitches. 747-666-5606 and let us know whether some we missed, whether some you're like, no, I've been brainstorming this. I've been thinking on it. Man, this person would be such a great evil character, and here's how you do it.
Also, throw that stuff in the Discord too. Discord's a really fun, super free, enjoyable community for everybody listening. Just go and
we just can't get mileage out of it on the podcast.
Bitch about, well, yeah, of course. But if it's really good, we'll talk about it. Every now and then what we do is we read something in the Discord, and then a week and a half later we go, hey, on the Discord, someone said something interesting.
Like, sorry, don't remember who it was, but it was really great. So that person, don't know who you are.
Here's your credit. Well, we hope everybody has a really fun Halloween. We hope you get lots of needles and stuff in your candy in the spirit of Halloween, as you should.
We hope you're dressing as canceled wrestlers.
As canceled wrestlers? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird how that's such a long list now.
Think of the mending that people could do. Like, think of a couple. If a couple was into wrestling, right?
Okay.
And it's like, I'm going to dress as Rick Steiner, and my significant other's going to dress as Giselle Shaw, and we're going to take pictures everywhere. We're going to be making out all night.
Okay.
And it's like, hey, look what we did. We're showing that it's all okay. Like we're showing them like, hey, just get over it.
It's like an alternate timeline.
Yeah.
I like it.
And like just tag Rick Steiner. He'd be like, ooh, I'm so mad. Yet I keep scrolling.
Rick Steiner would respond.
All caps.
I
don't know how many of you are guys or girls, but I'm so grossed out right now. I can't even eat my Three Musketeers bars.
Shit, does he have a Three Musketeers sponsorship I don't know about?
Not anymore.
#ad.
Not anymore. They took it away.
Hey, current PWP champ, AJ0314, aka Binary. Spooky champ, extra long run here. I think this was 5 weeks, one of the rare 5-week runs.
Oh man, Binary known for his runs. He's always got the runs. That Binary.
We'll defend that title next week if you want to challenge for the PWP World Championship. Well, then you got to become a championship level Palski over at patreon.com/PWPalskis. What else do we do at the end of these, Scott?
You watch Dave Made Maids. It's on Peacock. You have Peacock. You're a wrestling fan. Come on, go do it. It's Halloween, for God's sakes. What are you doing? You listen to a podcast and then you go watch Dave Made Maids. I'm in the movie. John Morrison's in the movie. A bunch of other comics and musicians and talented people across the globe. It's Halloween. It's spooky. You can watch it with the family. There's just a big cardboard vagina. Other than that, it's pretty fun. And it's a good time.
It is a very good time. I co-sign that fully and wholeheartedly.
And I'm not part of the union, so I can say that, I think, and it's fine.
Yeah, he's not going to get kicked out of a union. He's not in.
Yeah.
Follow us on all the socials at PW Palskis. Also, you know what's really great? The shop over at dragonwagonshop.com. There you can find all sorts of fun merchandise. You got shirts and mugs and hoodies and
footy pajamas
cases and footy pajamas and fingerless gloves. And evil
mouse pads,
evil Uno replica masks, baseball hats. I throw
nipple clamps.
Throw a real one in there because then they might be like, wait, these are a bunch of jokes. Is the hats also a joke? All of that you can find at dragonwagonshop.com, or you could just click the shop button when you're at pwpalskis.com, which is, of course, your primary destination for all things Pro Wrestling Palskis. You can also find the link there to the Patreon, which is the best way to support the program. Scott, we got to thank our current Pro Wrestling Palskis patrons, Palskis.
Yes, we do. And this week we have a new Maximum Male model name. So I'll save that for the end.
Oh.
So,
okay.
Thank you to all of our current Patreon Palskis, the only show where you can get a Retribution name as well as a Maximum Male model name. Thank you to AJ0314, aka Binary, aka Matrice69, aka the current PWP champ, Alex Pierce, aka Figs, aka Zitoys, Alice Raider, aka Invasion, aka Yves Joie, Andrea Beeler, aka Pollen Hate, aka Achu Detest, Curtis Mason, aka Hurtus, Gilbert Short, a.k.a. Goliathon, a.k.a. Batal Underoos. Mass Llama, a.k.a. Spitz, a.k.a. Jikara Lover. Michael Beltran, a.k.a. Limestone, a.k.a. La Natural. Miguel Diaz, a.k.a. Bipod, a.k.a. Too Much Husk. Mike Lucas, a.k.a. Hackensack, a.k.a. Luge Testicle. Suicide, a.k.a. A.K.A. Tim Redbeard, a.k.a. Blood Fuzz, a.k.a. Blue Diffuse. Tom Hader, a.k.a. Cupid, Tony Griggs, a.k.a. Big Griggs, a.k.a. Grand Grisois, and Tim Bemis, a.k.a. War Trek, a.k.a. Tussle Quest.
Ooh, Tussle Quest. I like it. Thanks to each and every one of you for continued support of the program. We hope you guys have a fun one. Thanks for listening. Always a blast hanging out with you, the Pro Wrestling Palskis. Bye, everybody. Happy Halloween.
Hey, this is Zen Zenith just sneaking in to say check out the House Show with Zen Zenith. That's me on Dragon Wagon Radio. The House Show Show is a live concert series featuring stripped-down performances and interviews with amazing singer-songwriters. We do the whole thing in front of a real live audience at a real live house and package the whole thing up into a podcast for you to experience in the ease of your home or car. Real intimate performances, real intimate conversations with great people. Check it out at thehouseshowshow.com or on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever else good podcasts are found. We'll see you there.
It's Dragon Wagon.